Well, what do you know? Who expected that? Who expected the Montreal Canadiens to go out there and shut out the Carolina Hurricanes, one of the league's best teams this year? Carolina, top 10 in the entire National Hockey League, just getting smoked 4-0 by Marty St. Louis and his guys. 18 shots on goal is all it took for the Montreal Canadiens to win this game. 4-0. Like, what? They beat Freddie Andersen 4-0 with 18 shots? Take a bow, Sammy Montembeault getting the shutout here. He's been a pretty good statistical goaltender this season, but wowzers, the Montreal Canadiens are riding the wave, they're riding the vibes at this point in the season. Maybe all that talk about how they are underperforming and how guys are starting to slump a little bit has been all they need to get back into the swing of things. Maybe that and a Four Nations break too. Definitely can't discredit that now. When it comes to the Montreal Canadiens, though, there are a number of stories that I think really stand out off the page from this game. Firstly, it's the first goal of the game. 8 minutes in, scored by Juraj freaking Slafkovsky off of a long drive towards the goal by Jayden Struble. Really nice high floater, and Slafkovsky with an even more impressive tip-in right in front, dragging it across and back the other way into the goal there. This was a really strong, staple game for Juraj Slafkovsky. You just take a look at it. He had 2 shots, 2 blocks, 4 hits, and he was just an absolute menace out there. Is this what we were looking for? The second half of Juraj Slafkovsky in the season? This is what happened last year, right? The guy was super okay to fine in the first half of the year. Okay, he's not falling down as much as he did. Great. But then he absolutely exploded in the second half of last season. Are we seeing the same thing in this season? I want you to let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Is second half Slaf really going to be a story here into the next little while? Slafkovsky, of course, though, was not the only goal that was scored by the Canadiens in the first period. You had yourselves another tip-in. Just a few minutes later, it was Patrik Laine. A long drive from Alexandre Carrier gets driven towards the goal there by Laine in front, and it's a pretty weird goal. I get it, Freddie Andersen is just recently coming back into NHL hockey action, which does, in a way, explain the 7.78 save percentage, but this goal wasn't really his fault. It's Carrier who takes the drive. Laine tips it, but he kind of tips it in a really strange way. It takes a double deflection off of the 2 Carolina guys in front. Jalen Chatfield and whomever else it was in front. I think it was Mikko Rantanen, so nice to see Rantanen getting in on the action there, scoring an own goal. But of course, because the shot was technically driven towards the goal by Laine and deflected, it wasn't like the Carolina guys put it into their own net off of control. It ends up being Laine's goal, his 14th on the season, the first of 3 points, by the way, for Mr. Patty Laine himself. Nice to see him getting back on the score sheet here. Then in the second period, guess what? We start to see the first of 2 power play goals. Oh yeah, screw the fact that the Montreal Canadiens only had 2 shots on goal in the second period. It was kind of a low shooting game just in general from both of these teams. But on the man advantage, Montreal, they're cycling it around, they're doing their thing. The puck finds itself over to Lane Hutson. He does a little shimmy-shammy on the left side. Montreal maintains possession. Nick Suzuki has it on the right side, and he fires it by the glove of Freddie Andersen. Just a lot of time and space for Nick Suzuki, the captain, to walk in and snipe it. What a beautiful goal. Like, seriously, the time and space, the angle, the shot, the goaltender's reaction to the goal, and the crowd going crazy. Patrik Laine gets an assist here. He gets the primary assist, sending the puck over to Suzuki on the right side. That's Suzuki's 16th of the season. Patrik Laine gets his 7th assist, and Caulfield also gets involved on the scoring there too. Give it into the third period, and you have yourselves yet another power play goal, this time scored by Lane Hutson, assisted by Laine and Suzuki. So Nick Suzuki getting involved here. Patrik Laine, 3 points in this game. This Hutson power play goal was just kind of a wicked whip towards the goal. He kind of grabs the puck at the blue line. It looks like he's just trying to keep it in, but instead of dumping it over to the other D-man, he just throws it towards the goal from very long range, and it beats the goaltender there. Nice to see Lane Hutson finally get some consistent offense in terms of goal production. That's his 4th on the year. It took him so long to score his first goal on the season that anytime I see a Hutson goal, I'm just like, yes, okay, great, he got it, finally! Finally, Lane Hutson is starting to score goals. I mean, maybe that's a valid reaction now. I mean, the last goal that he scored was on January 6th against the Vancouver Canucks. But other than that, he's got 4 goals on the season now. I think Canadiens fans can start to breathe a sigh of relief that this guy was not going to go the whole season without any pucks into the goal himself. But I think the biggest story, of course, is the fact that Patrik Laine scored himself 3 points in the contest. Nick Suzuki also had 3, so a lot of the top-paid guys on this team coming out there and scoring points. You know who else actually looked pretty decent in this game? Owen Beck, who came in here after being recalled. He started out and he played well. I think there's a lot of potential here with Beck still. A lot of people are going to go out there and start projecting as to what these players could be capable of in the long-term future. And, you know, we're starting to see just more optimism here. A lot more engagement thrown towards the product that is the Montreal Canadiens and their hockey team, because a game like that is going to put eyes onto the product once more. When you have your top stars scoring, when you get yourselves the extra points getting on the board there against an opponent that you, look, for all accounts, should not really be beating 4-0. It's Carolina. Like, they're that good, you know? I get that the first goal went in off of Mikko Rantanen, but a lot of people have been going out there and asking, hey, what's been going on with this guy? Even in this game against Montreal, it didn't really look like he was super into it or super in the zone there. I don't know. Maybe into it is the wrong way to phrase it. That implies that he's not engaged. But I think he was engaged. It's just he's not looking right out there. And I think maybe the body language that he had after the Patrik Laine goal is very indicative of that. He's so kind of pissed off at himself, it looks like, or kind of done with it all. Just after the goal is scored, you can see him kind of shrug it off, and like he's like, oh man, all right. Kind of just skates away. I don't know. Maybe I'm reading too much into one clip of one goal, but Mikko Rantanen, man. We had spoken about him earlier in today's show. Let's see him get traded to Vancouver for Elias Pettersson. How about that? Actually, after today's performance, I don't really know if I'd like to see that. Anyways, you can let me know your thoughts in the comment section below about Patrik Laine. He's back. Lane Hutson, he's scoring goals. Nick Suzuki, 3 points. There were some other notes that we could talk about too. Josh Anderson, of course, we hope that he is fine. He took a really big tumble into the boards, going full speed too, so definitely not ideal for one of the faster guys in the Canadiens lineup. He ended up going to the room after that play, so unfortunately, we will have to wait a little bit for Josh Anderson. But aside from that, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below about this game. I hope you enjoyed this video. And bye.